The Ring Fanatics Podcast, episode number 4. I am Nick, your host. Is with me, as always, Joel, my co-host. As you could tell, another prediction video, Takeover 31 this Sunday, October 4th at 7 p.m., I believe. Before we get into that card, we're going to basically recap our thoughts on Clash of Champions that happened this past Sunday. That took place, like I said, this past Sunday.
So, do you want to go through the matches, or you just want to give our
Just-
thoughts on it?
Just general thoughts. Doesn't have to be anything specific. What were your thoughts on it? What did you feel about it? Did you like anything? Didn't like anything?
I thought it was a good pay-per-view. I thought it was solid. Don't really know how I feel about the whole Sasha and Bailey thing going on.
Yeah, I feel you.
I feel like for a while they held back on it, and now I feel like they're doing it too quickly. Like they could have held off of that storyline for a little bit, just to build up the heat between them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Other than that, it was a good pay-per-view. I liked the ending. I told you it had to be a shock factor. It was a shock factor. It was one of those emotional matches that we haven't had in a while.
I mean, to me, it was a great ending. Not gonna lie, I'm not gonna take that away from it. But I didn't necessarily feel like it was a shock factor. I just felt like, it just adds to the story. If anything, it just continues it. Like it's not gonna end there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel you. To me, it was just shock because they actually made it it felt personal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They made you feel the emotion they were feeling.
Okay.
And that takes a lot for wrestlers to do. So for them to do that, especially that this was one of those matches. I haven't seen one of those matches in a while. Maybe in the last decade, there hasn't been a match like that I was like, whoa. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, that match was dope. Ladder match, of course, was
that was a great opening.
Great ladder match. You had to kick off the show on a high note.
Exactly.
That definitely, I think, was the match of the night.
Yeah, me too. Same here.
Come on.
That was the most genius way they could book Sami Zayn. The most genius thing. I hate Zayn. Of course, you gotta hate Sami Zayn for what he did, but I respected the fact that they made him do that. So I'm like, that's pretty cool. I love Sami for what they did with him, but I hate it. It makes you hate him though.
It's the
both.
Hijinks, man. Yeah.
He just stole the championship. He legit handcuffed both of them to the ladders to make them cheat, basically.
My man handcuffed his ear.
His through the pierce. Oh my god, the gauge in his ear through the ladder. I feel like same thing that happened, I think, 2 years ago with Randy Orton and Jeff Hardy. Remember the Hell in a Cell match?
What was it, a screwdriver, right?
Yeah, that of course they're gonna take advantage of his ear, man. They're putting a handcuff, screwdriver, everything they can do with this gauge in his ear.
Do you remember Shannon Moore?
Yeah.
He had a gauge in his ear. I think it was I don't know if it was in a TNA show or an indie show, and I forgot what happened. I guess somebody's finger got caught in there or something while they were falling from the top rope and ripped his ear.
Oh, really? Jesus.
The gauge ripped it open. So every time I see that, it just reminds me of that.
Oh man, now you got me into that too. Now I can't think of that now.
Yo, look it up after this episode. Look up the picture. It's
crazy. Yeah. Oh god, I can't. I don't know, man. I don't know. But anyway, that was an amazing opening match. I kind of at first I thought I was like, why was this opening the match? Why was this opening the card, kind of thing? Because I didn't expect it to be. I thought it would be a great ending too, a great way to end the card. But I didn't think it was gonna open it either.
I also thought that, but how we talked about last week, how they had to kick off with something strong.
Yeah.
That was the way to do it. I think they chose the right match to do that with.
Yeah, true. That's true.
How you felt? What's up?
Oh, no, you can go ahead.
I was gonna say, how did you feel about the ambulance match?
It was pretty cool. It was different from any other ambulance match we had as of late. It was great that what one thing I got confused about with this one in particular was, we saw, Big Show, Christian, all these guys that Randy Orton basically attacked come back
Yeah.
and kind of haunt him back a little bit from when he last saw them. But the thing was though, I don't know why they are continuing the feud with him and McIntyre, because I would assume that like if
It's over.
Yeah, like it's over, like that's it.
Yeah.
We get it. And then now they're continuing him attacking the legends again. Like really, like what's the next move with him? What's the next move with this Hell in a Cell? Like
Yeah, it's a tough situation for that storyline. Like you would think it's over now
Yeah,
after
yeah.
the ambulance match. I felt like, I don't know, I had like mixed feelings about the match because like it was cool seeing the legends and stuff, but like they they were beating on Randy and he still almost beat McIntyre.
Yeah,
So it was like kind of like hitting on McIntyre a little bit, I felt.
yeah,
But it is what it is, man. Of course it wasn't, I don't think it was one of the, like it was a cool match. I wouldn't go and watch it again.
yeah.
You know what
It
I
was
mean?
it was
So,
interesting in that they had
yeah.
to bring that back, because that was something that we didn't expect. I thought that was more of a shock factor than the Roman Reigns match, because I did not expect them to come back at all. I thought it was just a straight up one-on-one, like ambulance match.
Yeah.
You wouldn't expect all four of them to come back and help out. But that's why that's the only thing I enjoyed about it, really. If that didn't happen, I don't know how I would have felt about it, because it's just two guys beating each other up and putting in an ambulance. Something must have had to happen anyways.
Yeah.
So I was still happy with the way it turned out, everything.
Orton still almost
Oh,
won the title.
Yeah, I was expecting him to win though, because like you said before, like he almost won. There were times when he almost won the match and ended it right there.
Yeah.
But he should have though. Like, I don't get why they're still continuing this if he's not going to win it. You know what I mean? If it's not Hell in a Cell, then I don't know when it's happening.
Because there's really no one else for McIntyre on the Raw roster. And then I think that's also why they're having the draft, because they're seeing, there's nobody else to challenge him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like this past Monday when Bobby Roode came back and actually put on a good match and almost had him a couple times.
A little bit, yeah.
Which makes me think McIntyre's losing it soon.
Yeah, that's true.
But also it makes me think they're placing Bobby Roode there for a reason.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's for a world title. I don't think it would be, because they'll have to build up to that, even though he's been there for a while.
I think they're building him up to a singles run eventually.
Yeah.
Like
you hear that in the back?
What?
Okay, go.
Because I was gonna say they might be building him up to a better singles run.
That's why I thought too. I thought maybe building him up, have another match on Monday, either against McIntyre in a non-title match, or just going against somebody else and then moving him to SmackDown to either feud with Zayn or
because the thing is too, like I feel like because Dolph Ziggler was the one that brought him out, so I have a feeling that he may have some type of feud with him first, maybe in the future.
With who, Ziggler?
Yeah, him and Ziggler.
Yeah.
To kind of push him more over Ziggler instead of partnering up again, because I don't like that feud at all. That team up.
You didn't like that?
Not really. It's weird because the thing is, the tag team division lately they've been putting two random people together, like we spoke about before. I think last week they just put random two people together. It can work, yeah, but sometimes I don't like it because those two in particular need a singles run, and Cesaro and Nakamura need a singles run each. And then you got Nia Jax and Baszler who need a singles run each, and it's like
we don't need Nia Jax.
Not Nia, but Shayna Baszler. Yeah, but you know what I mean. Only one of them do both. But yeah, I just didn't like the pairing with him especially, and then they also tried to put him with Chad Gable. And it's like just give him a singles run.
That was a weird one. Bobby Roode, they messed him up, man. Like he came up He
with all this
moved
hype.
up with so much hype and so much potential. Like you had so much you can do with him, and they proved that on NXT that he wasn't just a throwaway.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
proved that he could actually put on matches, hold the title. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So, and then he got to the main roster and just I don't know. It was just they didn't know what to do with him. They
And
moved him up just for the sake of moving him up.
that's what I feel like they're doing this with him now. Putting him in the title picture for the first time in months. His first match back is in the title picture, and I feel like that's where they want people to see him as like a main
That's where he
eventer.
belongs.
Yeah, so that's
Yeah.
what they're trying to go at because we always seen him in the tag team or mid card title picture when he got to the main roster. So I feel like now this is the time to bring him back as a big name. He came back with I think longer hair than we've seen before. That's what it gave me the TNA vibe. I don't know if
I
you,
feel you.
yeah, because he had that type of hairstyle when he was in TNA. So I'm like, oh, dope. Bring it back a different persona, maybe not. Who
Yeah,
knows?
maybe.
Maybe the glorious thing is done for him. Maybe the thing is something else to do. Because
Yeah.
that also confused me. I didn't like the glorious part. He should just be a different character, just be himself. You know what I mean? That would be better. Being himself as a heel could probably bring him up even more.
I think that's what happened when he turned heel. They kept with the glorious gimmick,
Yeah.
which they should have took that away, like the same way they took away Nakamura's theme song when he turned heel. So
Yeah.
people wouldn't sing along with it. They should have did the same thing with Bobby Roode. Like they should have just got rid of the whole robe that he wears. Just wear a t-shirt to the ring. Stop with the glorious music. Just let him come out to Ziggler's music. Uh, yeah, I think they should really let that go if he's gonna be a heel. Now, if he's gonna be a face, go with the glorious gimmick and
Yeah.
rave on with it.
Yeah, really. Because the way he, because think about his TNA days. It's like, okay, he was in a tag team there with Beer Money, and then he also had a successful singles run just as a plain heel that everyone hated, and it was natural too. It came to him naturally, and that's what I liked about it too. Because people try too hard to be a heel, and it kind of gets on your nerves a little bit, like King Corbin, and then you get a natural heel like Randy Orton, who he's a good heel. He plays it perfectly, and Bobby Roode is one of those guys.
Yeah, I feel you on that. Yeah, it just comes natural to them. They don't have to try so hard to make people. You know what I mean? Like you said, Corbin tries to, and he does it well. I'll
Yeah,
give him
yeah,
that. He gets people to hate him.
yeah,
He actually has to put in work to do it. Their persona is just it just comes with it. You know what I mean?
yeah,
When Bobby Roode debuted in NXT, he was a heel. All he has to do is cut a promo, and that was it. He
yeah.
was a heel.
He had no character to it. It's just him. This is the way he is. People hated him
Exactly.
like that.
Yep.
Dolph Ziggler was a great pairing because of both of them. He also plays a great natural heel, but I just don't like the only person that I see Bobby Roode partnering with is James Storm. That's the only person I could see him partnering with. If it's not James Storm, then it's nobody else.
Yo, can we just say how like people disrespect Beer Money? Can I just say that?
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
Beer Money was like
yeah.
I don't know how they never came to WWE
No, did you
because
hear about
what's
what
up?
James Storm said recently?
Well, he said I saw something that he was talking. I just about WWE. I just didn't read it.
Apparently, before the pandemic hit and everything started going with no audiences, apparently he was supposed to debut on Raw, and he almost signed with WWE. He was like this close, he said, and then the pandemic hit and they just didn't go into Raw. So we almost had Beer Money. We almost had Beer Money, a
You know
reunion.
how sad that makes me right
I
now.
know, I know. I'm pretty
Oh
upset with it too. I'm upset as you are.
wow, why did they just cut it? They were like,
No,
I
I
forget it.
think he chose not to. I don't think it was WWE's idea not to do it. I think he just chose not to because of the
Oh,
pandemic.
okay. And maybe that's why they kept Bobby Roode off. Maybe they just didn't have anything for him. Like
Yeah,
they had the James Storm thing, and then they were like, okay, he's not coming. We got to come up with something. But right now, that's on the back burner. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah. If
That's
anything, if
not
James Storm,
priority.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. So I'm not.
that would have
Imagine,
been
imagine
crazy.
beer money in WWE. That would be amazing. That would be amazing.
Yeah, the matches they could put on, man.
Oh, definitely. All right, so I guess we can get into the Takeover 31 predictions.
Yeah, let's get into predictions.
I got the card. I'm gonna go through the card again. Just talk about who we could win. The first match, don't know why it's a Takeover match. I don't feel like it should be a Takeover match. But
Who you trashing already?
Kushida versus Velveteen Dream. I'm not messing with it. I'm
Yeah.
not mess. Like that could be just a regular NXT match. It doesn't have to be on Takeover. But I could be wrong. They could do a 5-star match. Who knows? Because they're both really talented.
Especially with Kushida, and Velveteen. They're both nasty in the ring.
So who do you got winning them? Oh, I got Kushida. Kushida, because Kushida has been different lately. He's like, not I want to say a heel. He's not a heel, but
his character's just changing a little bit.
Yeah. He's like more serious and stuff like that. So I feel like the momentum is gonna be kicking in. I don't think he's gonna, he's going in strong. Velveteen Dream does play mind games a lot, which I like about him, but he does not need to win this match at all. If you're going to give someone the momentum, you should give it to Kushida because they have done nothing really with him in NXT. So, if anything, give it to Kushida. Maybe give him an NXT Cruiserweight Championship match, North American Championship match, rise his stock a little bit. Because Velveteen Dream has kind of done a lot already. He's been North American Champion, has gone for the NXT Championship before. He doesn't really need the bigger push as of now.
Yeah, I feel you on that. I do think Kushida needs to win this.
Yeah.
But I think Velveteen needs this more. After everything that's been happening with him, he needs this win. He needs it for his character. He needs it to prove the fans, even though all that outside the ring is going on, I'm still gonna be here to entertain you, and I'm still here. My name is still gonna be at the top slot in NXT.
Yeah, that's true.
That kind of thing. My pick is
you need
Velveteen.
More Velveteen.
Yeah, Velveteen.
I mean, maybe, like I said, maybe this match will be a 5-star match. If it could be the opening match, like Clash of Champions, it starts off as the great match.
It could be.
The next match I have is really a small card compared to Clash of Champions. They always have a small card.
They always have 5 matches, right?
Yeah, like 5 or 6, nothing crazy, like a regular pay-per-view. The next match is the first time ever on a Takeover, the NXT Cruiserweight Championship. Santos Escobar is defending against Isaiah Swerve Scott. I got my man Isaiah Swerve Scott winning it.
Word?
Yeah, I got him winning because I don't like Santos Escobar's title reign. It's kind of just plain, and I feel like Isaiah Swerve Scott needs a title right now because he's been getting more attention than Escobar has. He beat him twice already. He's already, I have a lot of heat, not heat, but like fire on him. He's already heating up a lot with his talent, his matches, his win streak. Might as well give it to him now. It's not going to hurt if Santos Escobar loses. It's not going to drop his talk. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's true.
It's going to make Isaiah look better because he's been looking better than Escobar already.
Yeah. He might need this title, but Escobar's not going to just give it to him. I got Escobar. I like the title reign he's been on. I don't know. It's just his persona. I just mess with it a lot. I think he's the first cruiserweight champion that's believable that he might not lose it.
Okay.
You know what I mean? That he's actually trying to bring a name to the cruiserweight champion. The last person that we actually cared about being a champion was Enzo.
That is true.
And he was doing all that shit, making them on the main event, Raw and shit. But I like Escobar. I like his title reign. I think it needs to continue going.
I feel because the thing with I think the same way for Isaiah Swerve Scott because I feel like he can put on amazing matches because I want the Cruiserweight Championship to go to be defended with other guys in the company. You have, I think, other cruiserweights like Gargano, you have Ciampa, you have Roderick Strong, who are technically cruiserweights, but they don't go for the cruiserweight title. So if you want the Cruiserweight Championship to be get that much respect like the NXT Championship, I feel like they should give him the championship title around him so he could put on that 5-star match against those other guys that we don't normally see for the Cruiserweight Championship. That's why
I feel you on that, but man, Escobar is just nice. Like
Yeah,
I
he
don't
is good.
know.
I'll give him
I
that. He is
just
good. But like I
I
feel
don't.
like as Source Scott should get it. And I just feel like he should. This is his moment to shine right now.
We'll see. We'll
We'll see.
see.
Just to point out before we get into the next match,
What's up?
you for the Clash of Champions pay-per-view,
Uh-huh.
only one match that you predicted was wrong. You got out of the 8 matches, you got 7 of them right and one of them wrong.
Which one was the one that was
The
wrong?
Raw Tag Team Championships, you chose Andrade and Garza, and they lost.
It was gonna
It was
happen.
gonna
It was
exactly. It was
gonna
gonna
happen.
happen.
I was gonna
It
be on a
was gonna.
roll. Yeah. Yo.
It was supposed to happen, but
It
then
was gonna happen, and then
Garza got injured.
yeah.
You got.
Time out. Let's talk about that
Yeah, let's talk about that. Go on.
because that finish was just the man kicked out. The ref should have just called the match.
Yeah,
Like there
exactly.
was no reason to continue it. Like just you're right through with the X.
Yeah,
Just call off the match. Why finish it? Or at least if you're gonna rush it, you let the performers know. You let the wrestlers know, yo, take it home. You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
you don't just have the dude kick out and count to 3 and then everybody in the ring except for the referee looks confused.
yeah,
Like it looked like Street Profits were kind of tight that it ended that way.
yeah. They were. You saw their faces. They were like, "Why did it end like this? Why
Yeah,
did it?"
exactly. Like at least tell them, yo, take it home instead of just counting the 1, 2, 3 on a spine buster that my man kicked out at 1.5. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
it was just a weird ending. I put that fault on the ref. Like you should just call it the match
exactly.
or let the wrestlers know, yo, you got 30 seconds to take it home. You better finish this up.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, though, no disrespect to Garza, but now this gives Andrade a little time to go for a singles match, which I like.
Sir.
But the
Yes,
thing was,
sir.
too, on Raw, Keith Lee beat Andrade in a really quick match. Didn't like that part. But hopefully in the future, you give Andrade a singles run without Zelina Vega by his side. Hopefully you can give him more attention than just having Zelina Vega just talking the whole entire time.
Yeah.
So hopefully they can give him somewhat of a singles opportunity.
You want to hear a hot take real quick before
Go ahead.
we go on to the rest of the card?
Yeah.
Keith Lee, tired of him ever since he moved up.
Ooh.
Tired of his character, tired of him. I'm just not with it. Ever since he moved up, it's just
Nothing.
like he's
Yeah.
so bland. It's like,
Exactly.
oh my.
I feel like he has no character. It's just
He does it. It's just
it's just boring. It's like
Yeah.
we get he's good in the ring, but his character's just boring.
Yeah, exactly. Like you said, put him in the Hurt Business. Do something with him because the way I felt about Seth Rollins and Beast Slayer is how I'm feeling about Keith Lee. I'm just tired of it. I don't think
Yeah.
it's.
They should just like make him because I feel like he fits well with the Hurt Business. Because all
Yeah,
you really
he
need,
does.
all you really need for him to do is just don't say a word, go in there, beat people up, then leave. That is it.
Exactly. Be the
That's all you
muscle.
need. Exactly. That's all you need from him. That will make him better than what he is now. Because he doesn't really need to talk. He's not good at talking. If you put him with the Hurt Business, MVP could do the talking for him. That'll make him even look better too.
Yeah.
From off the ring, besides performing in the ring. So
Yeah, I feel you on that. Yeah. I didn't notice it. Like, I've been noticing it slowly. Like, I'm like, Keith Lee. But
Yeah.
it wasn't until Monday that, like, the match happened. And I'm watching it. I'm like, this is only on because Monday Night Football's on. This match is only on because Andrade's in it.
Yeah.
If Keith Lee was facing someone else, it's getting changed.
Yeah.
Keith Lee is just, you got to do something because if I don't care about him for too long, it's going to hurt his character because then a lot of people are going to feel that way. Like, what happened with Seth Rollins? Let's talk about this real quick.
Okay, go ahead.
Seth Rollins, I feel the Beast Slayer gimmick was cool.
Yeah.
For a bit.
For that time.
For a time. For a period of time. Not even the whole time he had it. Just a period of time. By the time we got to WrestleMania 35, wasn't feeling the Beast Slayer gimmick. I was like, this is, I don't know, wasn't feeling it. Then he won the title. Then they put him in the storyline with Becky, and then it took them too long to turn him heel, to turn him into the Messiah. If they
Yeah.
would have turned him after Mania while he was still champion as a heel, perfect. I think they just took too much time with it, and now, like, personally, that's hurt his character with me. Like, now I see him on TV, I'm just like, oh, here we go.
Because
I'm just
I
tired
like
of him as a person.
I like him. I like the Monday Night Messiah gimmick better than the Beast Slayer. That
Oh,
fits him.
definitely,
That fits him well.
definitely.
But it's just like because he does things that makes you want to hate him, and that's good. But like you said, they definitely did wait too long to turn him heel because I think we mentioned this once before in a previous episode where they do something with a gimmick or a character with the catchphrase in general, and they keep it going with them for a while. Like I think even after Brock Lesnar, when he faced him, he continued to call himself the Beast Slayer. But for what reason? He
Yeah,
wasn't facing Brock Lesnar. He was facing Baron Corbin and other guys. And why
exactly.
it was confusing. Why I think I know why that it was confusing and boring
It was
because it didn't make
just,
sense. It didn't make
yeah,
sense for
it
him.
didn't. It
Not
didn't.
at all.
And, like, and then when he turned heel, it was actually a good thing. It was like, oh, wow,
Yeah.
they gave him Murphy. They gave him AOP. This is what Seth Rollins is. He's someone that, because my favorite Rollins character is when he was with the
Authority.
corporation.
Yeah.
Um, it was dope. Like, he was running away. He was having people help him. Then when AOP got injured, then they made him dominant again, and it was like, but he's not a dominant guy when he's a heel. You got to make it that he's needs help to win. That you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was
Now he's in some sort of feud with Murphy when they're splitting up now. Now they're making him
that
look
that
weak.
whole storyline.
Not
Wow,
yeah. I'm like
what like what goes through Vince's head that he's like,
this is Rey Mysterio's daughter in this
let's
feud.
just bring in the whole family. Let's
The
just bring
whole
in the whole
family.
family.
Just bring in the daughter. Just
Yeah, why not? Let's bring in the wife too.
yeah, bring in the
Time
have her
out.
not say anything.
Yo, the wife be towering over Rey Mysterio. Can I just say that?
She's no. Rey
She
Mysterio's not
beats
that
him
tall
at
either.
home. She beats him at home. I'm
Dude.
telling you.
Oh my god, she's Rey Mysterio is not that tall, so anybody can look towering. No offense to
Yeah.
Rey, but like, come on,
No,
anybody
yeah.
can. Yeah,
Yeah, that's true.
I'm 5'8". I think he's like 5'3", 5'2", maybe
Yeah,
around that height.
something like that.
Yeah. So
But
Dominic is 6 foot, but he looks like he's 6'5" for some
yeah,
reason. But
that
yeah,
whole storyline though is just it's reckless.
Aaliyah's not a good bad character though. She's actually good with
Yeah.
promos. I saw her on Raw. I was like, she's actually arguing back with Ray, which is pretty good.
Yeah,
But
facts.
again, why
Well-
are you using it with a 30-year-old or something older?
Well, this is probably she probably wants to try out acting, and they were like,
Maybe
ah,
yeah.
here you go, try it out. Let's see how
But
it
did
goes.
you really have to put her with Murphy? Like he's like 10 years older, like
It
more.
just- it
Doesn't
made
make sense.
It made sense for the story, like story wise.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We'll
Yeah.
see. We'll
Where
see
it
where it
goes.
goes. It's
Yeah,
only
yeah.
been there for what 2-3 weeks now.
Maybe yeah. Like
We'll give it a couple more weeks. See where it leads.
I feel like it'll.
Because if it's just continues to be trash, I'll definitely let you know how I feel about that storyline.
You gotta do
a
like a whole
couple weeks.
episode ranting
Oh,
about it.
yeah.
You can do a whole episode.
Yeah, Rey Mysterio's family storyline.
Yeah, that's the name of the episode. But I feel like that match will end up leading between Seth Rollins and Murphy, and then probably Murphy beating him because I feel like Seth is gonna go on paternity leave eventually. I think this is what they're doing with him.
Yeah.
Sending him off.
Murphy needs a title, man.
He needs a title run. He needs like a U.S. Championship match by himself. No Seth Rollins.
Yeah. He needs something. He needs something to do. I wish they would let guys like him fight for the world title, but they wouldn't just because of his size, I feel. And he doesn't have that name to him that, you know what I mean? Like, Seth Rollins is Seth Rollins. He came through the Shield. He came through all this. Buddy Murphy's like, he came from 205. He went NXT 205, now here.
Yeah, he did have a great feud with Roman Reigns, Daniel Bryan's when he was on SmackDown with that what was it called? The best kept secret, something like that.
Yes.
But he was known as that, and then that was a great storyline.
Yeah.
But then after that, it was like he brought him to Raw and nothing with him. They put him with the Messiah now, and it's like, okay, what are you doing?
But now I like that he's turning. He's
Actually, yeah,
Murphy might be
a face soon.
Yeah, and he might be popping sooner than later.
So I guess we get to the next match I have on here. The North American Championship match between Damien Priest and John Gargano. That to me, that was random because they didn't have a storyline before that. They just put them two in the match and then kind of built the story as they were going along with it.
Yeah.
Who do you got winning that match?
Priest. I got Damien Priest. Yeah. Who you got?
I got John Gargano.
Yeah.
I feel like him, especially with the power couple gimmick. I don't want to get to the next match, but I feel like him and Candice LeRae winning the titles.
Yeah.
Have both of them like win the titles instead of giving Gargano an NXT championship match. They gave him North American, so it wouldn't be like as big as people are looking at it.
They gotta stop putting him in title matches. They're just throwing title matches at him. He loses them, and then the next pay-per-view he has another title match. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he just fought. He was in the three-way, right, for the championship.
He was in the ladder match for the vacant.
Yeah.
NXT 30.
Yeah, and then he was in the three-way when they on the Super Tuesday or whatever they called it. But the Fatal 4-Way. That's what it was, not Triple Threat. But yeah, Gargano is just, I don't know.
And they should just put him in regular one-on-one feuds. Have you seen those vignettes? Are they called vignettes?
Yeah.
Yeah. The last 2 weeks on NXT, they aired 2 vignettes of this random. Have you seen those? This random person. I don't want to go off topic. Well, who do you think that person is if you were to guess?
I don't know, to be honest.
Because people are saying it might be Bo Dallas returning to NXT. Because in the vignettes, they've been hinting that it was a former NXT champion. Not necessarily an NXT champion. It was a champion in
former
NXT.
Champion.
Yeah. It could be a female wrestler. Who knows? But I have a strong feeling it's going to be Bo Dallas that's returning to NXT. Because they had literally nothing for him. Might as well bring him out to NXT.
Yeah, I would love for that to be Bo Dallas. That would be lit.
Because I was going to say, too, if they were going to, the only way I could see Gargano losing the North American Championship is if they bring back Bo Dallas and cause him the North American Championship match. Because that match between Bo Dallas and Gargano would be amazing. Yeah. Bo Dallas, when he was on NXT originally, the only talent they had was like Seth Rollins, Big E, and all those original guys they had. Yeah. Not saying they're bad talent. They just had
Neville.
Yeah. Oh my God, Neville. I keep forgetting his name was Neville in NXT, but the talent now is obviously different from when it was back then. They've gotten more independent talent. So if you put Bo Dallas, because I think he was on FCW before NXT, right? I believe so. So yeah, I don't think he had much time going into the independent scene. If you put Bo Dallas with these guys now, if you put Bo Dallas with these new guys like Gargano or Tommaso Ciampa, whatever, that could be amazing. They could really put him on the map. Even more than what it originally was.
No, yeah.
Because they messed him up big time when he got called up. Big time.
Big time.
So,
They could have done so much better with him. Could have done so much better.
Because didn't they kick him off by like having him get fired or he quit NXT and then that's why they moved him up? Wasn't that how they brought him up, I think? Because I didn't watch NXT at that time, so I wasn't sure.
I don't remember 100%.
I remember him going on the rants. Those like tantrum kind of things where he like got mad at something, he would go crazy, and the security kind of try to get him to stop, something like that.
I don't remember that, to be honest.
It was before, during the Believe.
Well, back then, it was during the Believe.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think that's So I think the storyline was that he quit. He got fired from NXT, and then that's why they brought him up to the main roster.
Oh, okay.
To join them. I'm not sure. I gotta look back at it.
Because what happened when the network first started? Because I didn't start watching NXT till the network. When the network first started, I used to only watch takeovers, and then I would watch like here and there. But I would always watch the episode right before the takeover because they would like recap everything.
Where was it originally before the network? It wasn't aired at all?
I think it was just in Florida. I think it was
still?
just on Florida TV. think it was like FCW. Yeah.
So
It might have been like maybe like on the WWE website or something. I just never looked for it.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't watch NXT because I didn't know where to find it. So I never really knew anything about it.
Exactly. Too. They always talked about, oh, they're from NXT. It was like,
cool. I don't know that. Cool, yeah. Like, cool. What is NXT? I don't know.
Yeah.
Because I missed.
That's Big E from NXT. I was
like what? Okay.
Cool.
Because I miss the old NXT, the rookies and pros. That was cool. I like that.
Yeah, it was. For that time, it was cool.
Yeah.
Now I look back and I'm like, damn, they were just trying to fill airtime.
Yeah, really.
But some matches were actually really good on there.
Yeah.
There's a match. Oh my god, I forgot what match it is. It's a tag match with the Usos. I forgot who they fought. I think it's one of the Usos' best matches.
Really? On NXT?
Yeah.
Really? Not the New Day match in the Hell in a Cell?
No, of course that. But that was like for the beginning of their career, like until they got the rebrand of Day One.
Yeah.
I think that was. Let me look it up right now because it's gonna
bug you the rest of the episode.
Yeah. What match is it? Come on. Okay, so they had a couple matches. I gotta look into it because there was a couple matches they had on NXT. I want to say it's the Titus O'Neil and Darren Young match.
That was at the beginning of Primetime Players?
Yeah. It was either that one or Darren Young and JTG. One of them two. Yeah, that sounds like a random ass match.
Yeah, right? I know. I was gonna say, who would have thought that match would have been their best match? I was like, that's random.
No, but they're like early in their career, that was like one of the best matches.
Damn, I never would have thought that
until they won the titles, and then after
then
they won the titles, they started having like
every match was like better.
Matches,
yeah. So yeah, I mean that was I had a feeling that was gonna become because I remember them airing like little promos about the developmental system because I think they already taped. I think the last official season of NXT before developmental was the redemption season. I think that's why Darren Young was on it, and then randomly, let me try to remember what happened because I used to watch that like religiously. That used to be my thing back then. Because I think what happened was
I used to watch it here and then whenever I would catch it because it was one of those shows I was like,
because that brought to my attention. I like that NXT. I loved it. I love that whole concept of it. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna watch it. So the redemption season, it was like the first season, second season, third season, fourth season, and I think redemption, something like that. The redemption season was basically old previous rookies that didn't win their season from different seasons and put them in one, and basically the same concept, matches, eliminations, stuff like that. Then there was a point where there was two, Darren Young and Titus O'Neil was the last two left in that season. And then they started bringing back they started bringing back more rookies from previous seasons. They brought back EC3, who was formerly known as Derek Bateman. Remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I remember that.
They brought him back, and then from there, they started bringing down people from the main roster who got no TV time. That's why they brought down the Usos, brought down, I think, Kurt Hawkins. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's giving them, and they brought down a few people.
Who was he? Tyler Rex or whatever that guy is.
Him too. Yeah. I forgot about him. But him too, they started bringing down people who just didn't get TV time to that program. I think that was like kind of like the promote, like kind of like the hint that they're moving developmentally. Yeah. So I think those people also had time at the NXT developmental system too. I think the Usos had a match there. I think Tyson Kidd had
at the beginning because they used to do that too. Like you said, people that didn't have airtime, they'll be like, "Yo, come through and have a match."
Yeah,
that was like I think is it the first takeover that was sent on?
Tyson Kidd competed for the championship, I believe.
At the first one,
I'm not sure, but he was up there.
No, but I know which one you're talking about. That was the Fatal 4-Way that he
Yes,
he was in the title match. But Cesaro faced. Oh my goodness!
No, it was Seth Rollins beat Jinder Mahal for the NXT Championship to win it.
Yeah,
it was, I believe, it was for a tournament.
Not. Oh, it was I thought he fought him in one of the. Let me see. Yeah, NXT Arrival.
That was
NXT Arrival. Let me see. Where is it at?
31 takeovers later, and here we are talking about that. There were 31 takeover 31s this Sunday. That's crazy to think about too.
Yeah.
31 takeovers later, and they're still thriving. It's better.
That's who it was. It was Cesaro versus Sami Zayn.
Oh yeah, I forgot they had a feud. I remember that.
And that whole card was wow.
Yeah, to think about it now, it's still wild.
I'm gonna just read it to you. We got Cesaro versus Sami Zayn, Mojo versus CJ Parker, The Ascension versus Too Cool.
Too Cool.
Too Cool, yeah. Grandmaster Sexy and Sky Tuhati. Yeah, yeah.
When were they? I don't remember that. What the?
During that time, because I think Sky Tuhati is still a trainer there.
I thought he's dead.
Nah, Grandmaster Sexy is.
Oh, yeah. That's Jerry Lawler's son, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, I thought it was.
Then we had Paige versus Emma.
That was the first NXT women's match for the title, or that was.
I think she was already champion.
She was already champion, yeah.
I believe so, yeah. Then Tyler Breeze versus Xavier Woods. That went 35 seconds, no contest.
Xavier Woods was like the jobber then. He wasn't used properly. He was just a jobber.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be surprised by that.
And then Neville versus Bo Dallas in a ladder match. That match was actually dope.
That was for the championship, right?
Yeah.
Because they didn't have to. Yeah. They didn't have takeovers when Seth Rollins was champion.
No, they just had the TV shows.
Yeah,
TV episodes.
And then from there on, damn, it's crazy to think about that. When was that? Like 2012, 2013?
That was 2013, 2014.
6 years later. 31 takeovers in 6 years.
Yeah,
that is crazy.
Yeah, I think that was the first. I think that was the first live event on the network.
Damn.
Yeah, because the network.
But does that include?
Started like February, like mid-February, and that was like the first live event on the network.
Does this takeover also, like the 31 takeover, the 31st takeover, also include from the NXT UK takeovers? Because they had 3. 1 this year before the pandemic hit. They had 2 last year. So does this 31 count as? I don't think there's.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
I don't think so. I think it's just.
They've had a lot. They had a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's just regular NXT.
And plus NXT.
We went really like left
with this yeah, really. I forgot what we were doing. I was like, wait. I guess we could just get to the next match and try to go off topic. Because we only have 2 more left, I think. The Women's Championship, Candice LeRae versus Io Shirai. You got Candice LeRae winning or Io LeRae? Same here. I feel like it's her time.
The way they're building it up, I think it's gonna be LeRae. I
don't like Io Shirai's title reign. I'm just be honest with that. Don't like Io Shirai. No, it's too. It's. Let me put it this way. To me, her title reign is more boring than you watching Keith Lee. That's how I feel about this one because it's like I forget that she's champion. That's how bad it is. I don't see her that much. She doesn't talk that much. They don't use her that much. I feel like she's like shouldn't be champion. She's not.
Yeah.
They put her on it too soon. Like it's like they should have waited a little bit more longer to build her up more. But
yeah, they're just not using her right. I think. Yeah. They're just like you said. You hardly see her. You'd be forgetting she's champion.
And it's like LeRae you see weekly because of those promos or vignettes they use at their house. That would be cool.
Exactly. Yeah.
Because you see her more. She's great as a heel. She's overlooked because people think she's small, but she's amazing. Like you don't think that she is, but she is. No, and I feel like she could be a great champion. She can definitely beat a lot of the people on the roster, and she can have great matches. So
definitely, yeah.
I got her winning that one.
I got LeRae too.
It's long overdue for her too. I feel like she should have done a better run before that, and so both got LeRae on that.
Yeah, I think that's the first one we agree on.
Yeah, it is actually. Unless the second one, in the last match on the card, the NXT Championship. Who do you got winning now?
Who you
I
got?
gotta stick with Finn Balor. No disrespect to Kyle O'Reilly, but I gotta say Finn Balor. I, I, I just, I mean, no disrespect. Like I said, no disrespect to Kyle O'Reilly. Phenomenal competitor, deserves a spot for the title, but I feel like it's way too soon to have Finn Balor give the championship. They had no time to build this matchup. Um, just this is not the right time to lose it.
Which makes it perfect. Makes it perfect because it's something that you don't think is gonna happen. I got Riley taking this one. I think this is the beginning of the end for the Undisputed Era.
I was gonna say that too because I was gonna bring up the point that this might have a shock factor at the end because of the fact that they only had 2 episodes of NXT to hype it up. They've been because the thing is too, if it wasn't gonna be a 5-star match, they wouldn't be hyping it up as a 5-star match because that's what they're doing. This last couple of days, they've been hyping up like, oh, great match coming. 2 weak competitors are actually going to go at it. Usually in this type of situation, like where we have on the main roster where 2 people are going at it, and you know for a fact that it's not going to be like a 5-minute match, a 5-star match, or whatever. It's going to go on quickly. They're actually taking it serious. They're going at it. It's going to be like a 10, 15, 20-minute match. Definitely going to be a 5-star match, made a great main event. So they know that they're going to do great and going to be a great match. And they're definitely not going to play it off as like just Finn Balor winning it and go off. That's it. They're definitely not going to do that. There's definitely something happening at the end that's going to have people saying, "Oh my God, what just happened?" You know what I mean? Like a shock factor.
And I think the shock factor is
Riley winning.
Riley winning with them turning on him. They come out to celebrate and he gets beat down.
Maybe they could have like Adam Cole get jealous because last night on NXT they had him be like, "Oh, Kyle deserves it. He should be champion. You know, everyone in Undisputed Era should be champion." Something like that on those lines.
Because they could either do it like quick, where he wins the title and they just come out, they celebrate with him, and then just turn on him, or if they're smart, they plant the seeds and they just have them come out and celebrate with him. But they always have Cole. They keep the camera mainly on Cole and Riley, and he's just watching him, just looking at the belt and stuff, and then just planting the seeds of, okay, we're getting this down the line. We're getting the jealousy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Instead of just going right at it, which they could also do, just go right at it. I think if they're going to stay on Wednesdays, that's the way to go. Like, I know there's been talks about them moving to Tuesdays.
Yeah.
Them moving to Tuesdays, you plant it slowly. You plant the seeds. Oh, if they're staying on Wednesdays, you
do it right
off
the bat.
Yeah.
Let me ask you something though. Let me ask you something.
What's up?
I think I don't remember when it was. It was not that long ago. Triple H was doing some type of interview where he said that the Undisputed Era but he's planning on having that group as strictly only to NXT. Where I think I mentioned this once on an episode, I'm not sure, but he said that he wants it to only be an NXT thing. So even if those 4 get called up, you may see new people in the group. You may see a different leader. Have Adam Cole and the rest of them get called up, not in Undisputed Era, all be called up separately. So if you were to like have a new leader, or not new leader, but a new member in the group, has to get kicked out, all that type of stuff. Like who would you see get kicked out? Who would you see get added to the group and stuff like that?
That's tough.
Because I feel because the thing is too, when he said that reminded me like if it's gonna be an NXT thing, like a strictly an NXT group, definitely in like 5 years from now, there's definitely gonna be a whole different group for the Undisputed Era. There's definitely gonna be a new leader. Definitely gonna be a whole new group. Yeah,
if they keep it around.
True, because that also reminded me of like the Bullet Club thing. How the Bullet Club 10 years ago was different from now. A completely different group. New members, nobody.
Yeah.
So if as of right now, if you were to add somebody, I'll give you that. If you were to add somebody to the group, who would you choose to be in it and why?
Trying to think who's hot right now. Who who deserves to be in there? That's the question.
Ooh,
Who
yeah,
deserves
if it
to
deserves.
be in the Undisputed Era? Um, I don't know. Who would you put?
I would probably put. I want to say this because he just had a match with him last night. I would say Austin Theory because you have somebody who's young,
Makes sense.
great talent, and somebody who's been like basically losing a lot. And I get it; it could be something due to his outs, like what he's this allegations outside of NXT.
Yeah,
But I feel like he'll. I don't. I want him as a singles competitor because he's amazing, but with him in Undisputed Era would definitely be a whole different situation than when he was with Seth Rollins and Andrade and them. Because that's the Undisputed Era. That's a better group than Seth Rollins' his group and Andrade's group. So of
yeah.
course that's going to make him look better right off the bat, especially with his talent, having him go with the North American Championship, having him by his side, automatically make him stand out more.
I feel you on that. Uh, damn. Who would I put? I might. I would put maybe like cruiserweight, just so that you have everyone. You know what I mean? Like you
Yeah,
have
yeah.
somebody from. But like, who would it be? I don't even know if he signed though to Undisputed, like to NXT. He's been on 205 though. You know Kobe Carino?
Colby Carino. Was he from
Yeah,
Evolve?
yeah. I think he was involved. Yeah, he's been on 205 like a couple times.
Oh! I think I know who you're talking about. Colby Carino was his name. Was he like
Yeah,
Adonis, something like that? Adonis, whatever it. I think
let
he's
me
had a
look.
match with. I think I know who you're talking about. I'm
Let
not
me
sure
see.
if it's the same person. Wait, how do you spell his last name? Colby
Corino.
Colby Carino. It sounds familiar.
Yeah,
Oh, this guy. Oh yeah, he's definitely signed to Evolve. Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, he's definitely signed to NXT. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
yeah. His pops is Steve Carino. I think he's a trainer in WWE now. I know he used to be a commentator for Ring of Honor, but he has the persona that fits Undisputed Era, like the cocky, I'm better than you. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
he would fit if you introduce him to the crowd right and introduce him the right way. You can make him fit into uh Undisputed Era, no problem. And also that gives you somebody in a different division than the rest of
He can go for
the
the
group.
Cruiserweight Championship.
Exactly.
And no disrespect to the current guys, but I feel like they should just. I feel like there should be some sort of revamp for the Undisputed Era. Not the whole group, but somebody needs to go from that group right now.
And that's what's about to happen.
Yeah, and I don't want it to be Kyle O'Reilly. I want it to be Bobby Fish. Bobby Fish,
What?
he has like I'm done with him. Like
You don't like Bobby Fish?
he gets injured every match. I have not seen him wrestle in years. I don't remember the last time he competed in a match because every time he gets in a match, injured, out for months.
I will not take any of this Bobby Fish slander that you're talking, okay? Bobby Fish is the man.
Yeah, he is. I'm not saying like he's just like put someone else in, give someone else time with that group, and it's
I feel
like,
you.
and not,
But
like he's a great talent, but like give someone else the time to shine with that group.
yeah, but I think Riley's out.
Riley's out.
Well, Fish might go with him though.
That is true. I was gonna say that too.
There's
Have
tag
both.
team. He might dip with him.
They can't because that's the thing too. Like I don't know if they should let Kyle O'Reilly go because if he goes, Bobby goes.
But there
Because
we
like you
go.
said, the tag team they can't leave each other. They've been a tag team for a while before WWE. So it's like,
But then there you go. This is your chance to introduce new characters, a new tag team, and you have them beside Roderick Strong and Adam Cole. What better way
to do that
to help your career and help you build a name in NXT than being next to
Adam
two
Cole,
of maybe the top guys in NXT, which they got to start putting respect on Roderick Strong again.
Yeah,
he hasn't been doing nothing. I thought he was gonna be the one to get kicked out for winning a title before anybody else.
What do you mean? Like
Like I always saw the storyline going this way. Somebody else winning the title.
Because he got introduced through the turning on him and stuff like that. So I feel like because when he first joined Undisputed Era, he was with Pete Dunne. Yeah. Because when he joined them through that Dusty Rhodes Classic, I thought he was gonna I thought it was just all a joke. Like he was feuding with Undisputed Era before that.
Yeah.
And then
I always thought it was gonna end like in a couple months, and Roderick Strong was gonna get a title shot.
Then
but
turn on
he actually fits the group perfectly.
Exactly, he does. He proved it strong. Over a year later, he's still with them, and he fits well with them.
Yeah, how long? With them. He's been there for a while now, right?
2 years. 2 years.
Actually. Yeah.
Damn.
And he fits perfect. I thought he would be the one to get a title shot and get kicked out.
Yeah.
It's gonna be Riley. I like that they're giving Riley this chance, even if he doesn't win the belt.
Or doesn't get it out.
He's gonna put on a match.
Yeah, because everyone else who's in NXT or in WWE are tweeting about, yo, Kyle O'Reilly deserves a spot. He deserves it. Yeah. That to me is kind of sus. Like, oh, you have people cheering him on, and then it's like, okay, what if he doesn't win? What if it ends in he almost wins? He's like this close. He gets multiple 2.5 kickouts, and then.
But then that proves he does belong in the title picture, and he'll get a rematch. Because maybe Finn Balor will be like, yo, I respect that. I'll give you a title shot. And then we'll see the face turn of Kyle O'Reilly slowly. Like, gain respect from everybody. Because it could also go that way.
And then you see Adam Cole kind of getting jealous. Like, oh, why does he get another shot?
Exactly.
I should be the next one.
Exactly.
That
storyline's going to be dope. I want to see it. It's going to be cool to see what they do with it. See which way because there's so many ways you can go with it.
Yeah.
We'll see which one they pick.
Because I also had a feeling that maybe what if he doesn't win? What if they don't turn on Kyle O'Reilly? What if it's just like his last hurrah kind of thing? Where it's like, oh, because with this whole pandemic thing, he's been out for a while because I think he has type 1 diabetes, where people who get affected with COVID and diabetes people with diabetes have more harm than people who don't with COVID. Yeah. So I feel like what if it's like, oh, I want to take a lot of time off. Maybe you won't see me for a while. And that's probably his last request.
Him the title shot?
Yeah. Like, fine, for this, I want a title shot, and that's it. Give me a title shot, then I'll be gone for a while, and I'll be happy with that.
I mean, I hope not.
I know, me too. That's what I'm scared of. Like, I don't want him to leave. Not. Like, I don't want him to, who knows? What if this, like I said, what if this is his last request, the last thing before he's gone for a while, and then he's officially gone?
Yeah, I feel you.
Not released, but just officially
taking
gone.
Time off.
Yeah, a lot of time off. Because he's been on and off.
Me
neither. I hope not.
But it makes sense too now that you say it.
Yeah.
But I hope that's not the case. I hope that they gave this to him because he deserves it.
Exactly.
I feel he deserves it.
There's a lot of things, a lot of ideas going through my mind when it comes to this match. That's why I really want to watch it.
This match is so captivating because of that. Because anything can happen. It can go any way that the writers decide. It could go with Kyle O'Reilly losing and turning into an epic heel. Beating up Finn after the match. Becoming head of Undisputed Era.
Maybe.
It could be, like I said, he loses, Finn respects it, he gets more respect from the fans, he gets a rematch, Adam Cole gets jealous. Then you can have him win, and Undisputed Era turns on him. Could have him also win, Adam Cole put the seeds down for the turning on him. So many ways you can go with it. And I think that's why everybody is so hyped for the match, because it's like, we don't know what's going to happen.
Because NXT knows how to deliver stuff. They're not like the main roster where it's like, oh, of course that happened. Typical WWE move. NXT, if they hype this up, you know it's going to be hyped up well and delivered well.
Yeah, and I think that's why, going back to Clash of Champions, why the Uso and Roman Reigns match was so hyped up was because there was not as many places to go with it, but there was many stuff, like a lot of stuff you can do with it.
Yeah.
Also, Jimmy Uso came back.
Yeah.
He came out.
He's
cleared? Do you think now he's part of the storyline? Like, he was limping and stuff, but like, I can limp too. You know what I mean?
I think he was. Yeah, that is true. Yeah, we can do that. That's
Like,
simple.
because I don't know when he
I don't
had
know
surgery and stuff, but I
because I
saw
think
him and I was like, I don't know why they brought him out.
I don't think they're gonna have him compete in terms of wrestling. I think they're just gonna have him like just there until
As
he's
like his
actually.
manager till he's
Yeah,
clear.
yeah, because they said originally before they even I'm pretty sure even before they thought about this storyline, he was gonna be out for a while. I
Let
think
me
maybe till
see.
the end of this year or like beginning.
Oh yeah.
So it
Wait,
was
hold
gonna be
on. Yeah. He's out for the rest of the year. But then that gives him
like 2 months.
spot. That gives him because it says he has surgery in May, and it's a knee surgery, so 6 to 9 months. So we'll see it maybe by the end of the year, maybe by like Royal Rumble. But this gives him a shot to also be in the storyline, and also not saying nothing about Jay, but my son Jimmy knows how to cut a promo.
Yeah,
And,
yeah. Both of them do. I like both. The promo. His last promo last week was
oh no, yeah,
amazing.
definitely. I just feel Jimmy has the upper hand
Yeah.
in promos. Not
That's
saying
true.
that Jay's are horrible, but he has the upper hand. So maybe they'll like, oh, maybe we could add him to the storyline and have him also cut promos on Roman, and then who knows what that can lead to.
That is true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I like how you referenced that one because I know, like I said before, the ending wasn't somewhat of a shock because it was just.
I was like, he beat the shit out of him. I was
Yeah.
like, oh damn. I was like, I didn't think this is how it was gonna go. And then my son was talking into the camera, holding his face. I was like, yo,
I mean,
relax.
Yeah,
Take it easy.
I get why you think that, but it was like it's Roman Reigns versus Jey Uso. Of course, Roman Reigns is gonna beat him up like that. It's how they're portraying him now. So it kind of was like that's his character already. Might as well just continue that. It makes the story more interesting too.
My man say you're not taking my seat at the head of the table.
Yo,
I said, whoa.
Yeah, I was like,
all right, fam.
And he was like, "Call me tribal chief," something like that.
Yeah.
And, he was like, and then he was like, "Fine, I'll say it. I was like, watch WWE have him say that from now on. You're blurry.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck happened with that.
There you go. You're good.
I moved too much.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're gonna make
got
merch
me.
out of that. They're gonna make merch out of that.
Like tribal chief. They're gonna make him call now. Like, oh, I'm the tribal chief. Whatever. I don't care.
If they join a faction and they start calling him that, that's fire.
Yo, and then they all come out with. I mean, they already didn't wear like a vest already. They were already with, just their jeans and stuff like that.
Yeah.
No shirt originally, so they're all them kind of like the same style. Roman Reigns wrestled without a vest the first time in years. That was a shock factor for me. I was like, wow, what?
And you know why I also thought after the match, which this is so like far fetched, but like in my mind, like this podcast, I just tell you my ideas.
Yeah.
This was so far fetched, but after the match, I was like, yo, he really like bullied him. He bullied him, and he's gonna keep bullying him.
That's the point,
And what happens when you're younger, you're smaller, and you're getting bullied?
You're gonna join him. If you can't beat him, join him.
You either join him, or you're gonna say, yo, I'm gonna get my brother on you. But your brother is also the same size as you.
It's your twin brother.
So, what's the next thing you do? I'm gonna get my cousin on you. Is this leading to the Roman Reigns versus The Rock at WrestleMania?
Maybe.
I know it's far-fetched, but Rock said he's down for it. Roman has always talked about it.
That would be, especially in Hollywood next year.
Yeah, that he just comes back and he's like, yo, you disrespecting a fan. You know what I mean? Like, you shouldn't be treating family like this, and I'm going to humble you.
But that's the thing. They started this too early, where I feel like if The Rock would come back, they're probably going to bring him back like December, January.
Nah, you bring him back in February.
Okay.
You bring him back in February. You have Reigns is on SmackDown right now. You have Reigns stay on SmackDown. You have whoever wins the Royal Rumble go for the Raw belt.
Okay.
But people got to take the L on this one. The Rock's going to lose, okay? But you bring The Rock back because Roman Reigns is going to say, yo, you gave me everybody on SmackDown and I beat them. You've even put me against my family and I beat them. And he could call out whoever won the Royal Rumble and say he decided to go with Raw because he knows he can't beat me. There's no one else. The Rock.
Damn. I just hope the crowd is back by then because I really want to hear that reaction to when he comes out. Because people know it might happen, but when it happens, it's like, what? That happened?
Yeah.
So it's like, man, better off.
Especially if this is the first WrestleMania with a crowd. Like, if they're able to do a crowd.
I hope so.
Do you know the ticket sales are gonna...
They gotta have some people in the crowd.
Be ridiculous for The Rock versus Roman Reigns at Mania. Dude. For the Universal title?
I don't want to go too much off topic with this, but speaking of this year's WrestleMania,
yeah,
you just kind of like brought me what came to my head. The fact that they had Edge, Randy Orton, John Cena, and The Undertaker be the 4 people coming back and making WrestleMania more hyped than the previous years. That kind of got me tight. Because why are they bringing back 4 legends? 2 people who work part-time. One of them hasn't wrestled in 9 years, come back and wrestle again. That's their tactic for making a great WrestleMania? Really?
Selling tickets.
Why can't they use their current roster? That's how bad their current roster is. So they had to bring back 4 legends to wrestle again.
Selling tickets. That's what I'm gonna say. Selling tickets. And it just happened that the pandemic hit, and they didn't need to sell tickets.
Yeah, that's true.
But they saw what was going on in the landscape of wrestling.
Yeah.
And they said, we're gonna need some fire behind us. We're gonna need to bring some heat for WrestleMania. So that's what they did. They brought back, like you said, Edge, Taker, Cena.
Like, I wouldn't mind The Rock coming back next year, but as long as it's just The Rock and have the rest of the card be just current rosters, then that's how you build up. Because it's going to be in Hollywood. You know, Hollywood's a great big place already. If you're wrestling in Hollywood,
that's why it makes sense.
Yeah, Hollywood. exactly. Unless they do like a John Cena versus like the Miz match where you have the Miz.
You know what's up?
Like where they had like the Miz like versus John Cena, a current Hollywood actor, and John Cena versus a wannabe actor in the Miz.
Yeah,
it's like that would be a great hyped up match going back to 2011 when they faced off. Kind of like, The Rock on this card. We had beef with The Rock back then.
True.
And that's
very true.
Full circle. And there's just all about Hollywood.
But also now I'm thinking about it. If The Rock comes back, it's gonna be tough to have it for a title.
Yeah, they should not do it for a title.
Yeah, they're gonna have Roman. They're gonna have to have Roman drop it by like
Elimination Chamber.
Has to be something. Yeah, it has to be something that's controversial. But you gotta keep him strong.
It's like you want to bully everyone else. I want to bully you and cost the championship. And then he calls him the championship, gets him tight, then 1-on-1.
And then we have the singles. Exactly.
But I have a feeling that WWE might give The Rock the championship or something.
Nah, but Rock gotta take the pin. You gotta take the pin.
You gotta take the pin?
What are you building up for The Rock? You're not building nothing up for The Rock. You're building Roman Reigns right now.
Oh, that's
and people are actually behind it right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This is the time to let him take that pin. Same way Cena, he took Cena's pin. You gotta let him take Roman's pin.
Yeah, really.
But you do the same thing he did with Taker. He hits like 3 spears or something, and then
virtually done. Yeah.
Yeah, not just because I hate when he hits a spear out of nowhere and the match is over. And it's like, bro,
yeah, come on, you could have done like more. Yeah,
exactly.
And just all of a sudden. Yeah, just give him the win. Just spear him multiple times. Do something.
But yeah, that's why I think the match this Sunday is so captivating because it could go different ways. I know we got off topic, but it could go different ways, and that's why everybody is so hyped up about the match.
Exactly, because who knows? Because that's why I'm excited for. That's why I'm going to watch it from start to finish.
Yeah.
Because
who knows?
Yeah, who knows? Because the thing was with what I mentioned earlier about that mystery person with the vignettes. Who knows? Maybe that guy may be involved with the Finn Balor
Yeah,
match.
exactly.
We don't know when he's going to debut. We don't know who it is. So
Facts.
that's what there's so many questions around this takeover. Where it's like I need to watch the whole thing without getting my eyes off it. I need to watch it closely and know who's doing what, where, stuff like that. You gotta really focus on this takeover, and I'm excited for it.
Exactly.
I'm excited for it. I feel like next week's episode is gonna be like a long. Next week's episode, I want to talk about both recap of takeover and the draft.
Wait, is the draft
next week?
No,
next
draft
Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
okay.
If you do it before next Friday, then we could just do yeah. So
who we think we should move and stuff.
Yeah. I guess we could end this episode off with the question from last week's question.
Oh yes.
I forgot about that too a little bit, but the question from last week was if you were to basically bring up somebody to be one of the 4 cornerstones, if Gargano, Ciampa, Cole, and Finn Balor get called up, who would you have get that big push? Who needs that push? Who would you choose?
I want to say his name is Raul. I think it's Raul or Raul. I don't know.
Mendoza?
Yeah,
dude.
Baby. That man is nice.
He is.
I think he could do a lot in NXT. I think he could be a big name.
I was gonna say Isaiah Swerve Scott because it's basically the same reason why I said before. If you put him in a match against a lot of these top guys for the Cruiserweight Championship, that's gonna make him look even better. That's gonna make the title look even better. That's gonna make the whole division look better. And I feel like that would change the landscape of how people view him and the championship. People are gonna either cheer him or boo him because he can be a great heel and a great babyface. And we've seen between the 4 guys that I mentioned, Gargano, Ciampa, Balor, and Cole, they could be both great heels and babyfaces.
Yeah, they have done both.
And I feel like that's what made them so great. The fact that he can go for, because I feel like Swerve Scott can also go for the NXT championship in the future. Definitely a North American championship. He could do it all. Yeah. He could do it all. And I'm really hyped to see what he can do with NXT. He is highly slept on, in my opinion.
No, yeah, that's a good pick. That's a good pick. I just like Mendoza because I think he's nice in the ring. Haven't heard him speak a lot.
Yeah, that's a thing too.
Speak a lot, but you never know. Look at Andrade. Didn't speak a lot. You put him with a manager. He became big. You know what I mean?
That's one thing they're lacking at NXT is manager positions.
Yeah.
That they don't have a lot of managers. They need managers for some people. But and the fact that they had to put factions together to make people talk more is kind of really dumb, in my opinion. Yeah. Bring up managers.
Definitely, yeah. Something. I think what it is like I know the valets and stuff. He hates the managers. He rather valets. So like Vince, like he'd rather have women come out with wrestlers than men. That's why the only manager in WWE is Paul Heyman. If you notice that, everybody else that has a manager is with a woman.
Yeah.
But if you look back in the day, it was the other way around. It was everybody with men, and then Miss Elizabeth and the Sensational Sherry. They were the only 2 women. Now it's the other way around. That it's all women and Paul Heyman.
Yeah.
So I think they could build up. Oh my God, what's his name on NXT? That's actually doing a good job. Stone.
Robert Stone.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's doing. Yeah, I like him.
He's actually doing a great job.
Yeah.
I think they should put more people under him. Make it like a faction.
Yeah.
Make him have a group of people. I think I want to say it was Paul Heyman did that in WCW. I think Bobby the Brain Heenan did it in WWF, where he managed a group of people at the same time. They were all heels. They weren't always together, but in the pay-per-view, you saw him like 3 or 4 times.
Yeah.
Because he managed all these people.
Yeah.
So maybe you could do that with Stone, and also Mendoza just needs to. Haven't heard him speak. Maybe he could speak great on the microphone. Yeah. But if you gotta find him a manager, a valet, do it. Because I think he could do a lot in NXT. I could see him as champion.
Really? That's cool.
I could see him as champion.
Definitely. Yeah. I could see that going too. I mean, Robert, because they've been treating Robert Stone as a comedic kind of character, and that's kind of really edging me a little bit because you can really use him as a serious role, because he treats his clients as like a legitimate business. Like he calls himself the Robert Stone brand.
Yeah.
Paul Heyman doesn't consider himself the Paul Heyman brand. It calls his clients the guy, Paul Heyman guys.
Yeah.
But not a brand.
I'm a Paul Heyman guy.
Yeah, exactly. He doesn't say it's the Paul Heyman brand. It's the Paul Heyman guys. So it's like Robert Stone takes it legitimate, and that's what they should do with that. Like take him and the Hurt Business too.
Brand. Yeah,
like the Hurt Business.
Yeah.
And then you have Robert Stone managing a whole bunch of NXT guys.
Yeah, which basically MVP is now a manager.
Yeah, technically.
Like he also wrestles, but technically he's a manager because he is. You know what I mean? Like, He's taking on that role. Yeah. I like the role he's taking on. He's been doing a lot. He could speak on the mic. He hypes the guys up. You know what I mean? Like he's doing his job. Yeah,
that's true. That is true. So you want to end it off with a question this week?
I got a question since the draft is coming up.
Bet.
I'm trying to think. It's very easy. Very easy.
Very easy.
If you're Raw and SmackDown, you're leading Raw and SmackDown, who are your number one picks?
For both brands?
For both brands. If you were leading Raw, who would be your number one pick? If it's SmackDown, who would be your number one pick?
Ooh,
and you can also keep guys.
Okay, so they don't have to switch brands?
Yeah, you could also pick, like, he's staying here.
Okay.
I remember that year, I forgot what year it was, that for the whole 3 hours of Raw, John Cena was flipping back and forth.
Yeah, it was like,
brands.
Yeah, I saw that. I remember that, yeah. I saw that on Twitter earlier. I was like, wow, why is...
You remember that or not?
Yeah, he got drafted to SmackDown, and at the end of the night, he got drafted back to Raw. Like, what?
Yeah.
That was like 9 years ago.
Yeah, but I think it happened like 2 or 3 times. Like, I think he started Raw, he went to SmackDown, Raw picked him back up. He went to SmackDown, fought with SmackDown in the main event because it was Raw versus SmackDown.
Yeah.
And then Raw picked him back up. That was like,
what? Like, what?
That's a waste of picks.
Exactly.
But also, if you think about it,
that was a genius.
Ago was what, 2011?
Yeah.
It was really on the roster like that.
Exactly.
Picking people, you know what I mean?
Yeah. This one you have for roster, legitimate roster.
But yeah, the question: number one pick for Raw and SmackDown, and you can also keep guys, like keep them safe.
Okay.
So like, let's say, I'm manager of Raw, but I'm gonna keep Seth Rollins safe. He's gonna be my number one pick.
Okay.
So you can do that too.
Okay.
I know your number one pick's gonna be Keith Lee, but
no, next. I'll think about that one. I already know who my number one pick is, but we can talk about it next week.
Keith Lee would be a free agent if I was on Raw SmackDown.
Oh man.
I'll send that man back to NXT. I'll be like, yo,
catch you. See you next time. See you next year, man. All right, yeah. So that has been episode number 4, our NXT Takeover 31 prediction episode. I'm Nick, your host. Joel, my co-host. See you guys next week.
Catch you.